Hi everyone, just posting this video about my insights on doing the curriculum project. Overall, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It definitely was overwhelming at times, but did feel a lot more comfortable at the end than I did at the beginning, which is expected. This is my first time ever doing a curriculum, so it was a little difficult for me, especially since I'm not in a classroom. Basically, my only experience doing any sort of lesson plan is a summer camp where I worked with another person and we planned our days based on themes that were given to us. So it was definitely easier than coming up with my own theme or my own, I had to pick the standards and make my own project, which I realize I'm not going to have to do all the time, but it was difficult. I guess planning the whole project wasn't awful. We did have steps along the way and definitely helped. I think picking the standard was pretty easy. My undergrad is focused on global studies with a minor in Caribbean and Latin American studies. So out of that major, I really like learning about different cultures and traveling. So I wanted my students, my hypothetical students, to learn about their families and the ancestors and the countries they came from, including the culture and what's involved with that. So I picked the history standard that dealt with learning about the students' family, ancestors, culture, with the help of their family and the librarian, and basically learning about the country, the culture, the music, games, food, and customs. So it pretty much encompassed everything I am interested in within the global studies major. So it was a perfect opportunity for me. So picking the art standard was the next thing I tried to do. Figured that art was going to be pretty easy. I chose the art standard that was about making instruments, which I think is a lot of fun because I remember as a child making rain sticks, and we had to play the recorder, and in middle school, like playing different instruments. So I think making instruments would be the easiest, something that they get to show their creativity with designing what they made and making it their own. So I really wanted my students to have a sense of a connection to the project, which was pretty easy since it is about their family. I realize that it's going to be a little difficult if in my own classroom, if I choose to do this curriculum, if I have students that are adopted, or the family is maybe a broken home where they don't know who the father is, or something like that. So I am hesitant about using something like this. I'm not sure what I would do about that. I would definitely have to ask a teacher maybe who has done something similar, but I realize that within the first years and probably continuously, I will go to teachers for help. When I was meeting my teachers that I'm going to be working with in my practicum, it was very reassuring to hear that still they've been teaching for quite a while and they still go to each other for help. I think having that connection with other teachers is definitely helpful, especially when you have children that are maybe a little more difficult, or the children with IEPs, and you can find out what actually works that might not be on their IEP. This project, I felt a sense of accomplishment when I realized that like everything was coming together. This is, I think, the first class we've had where like everything is just like coming together, and just feel like, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. I mean, the previous classes have been more of a information, not very practical, especially since I'm not in a classroom and only work after school with children with autism, but I'm not doing anything academic. We don't teach them to write, help them write at all. We do more social skills and extracurricular activities. I think it was very helpful to have people in our groups, in our small groups, that have been teaching for a while. We had Carly in mine, and she was definitely very helpful. When we were trying to plan our lessons, a few of us hadn't ever done it before, so we were kind of scared, but she gave us some ideas that were definitely helpful. Yeah, but it was definitely a good idea to have someone that that has been teaching before and had experience with a certain grade level. I mean, I know she's teaching second graders, so doing a curriculum project on second graders when you have no experience working in a school with them was definitely difficult, but having the help was good, because it helps me realize that down the road I can ask people for help and they'll be willing to help me. This class, I think, was definitely, I mean, eye-opening. I realized that what I can do and what I've maybe been doing, like as I worked at the summer camp, and I hope that when I start the practicum that this all like falls into place, and I realized that all the information I've been learning in class actually will help me, and I realized that it will. I just can't wait to actually experience it and have it be like, okay, everything is worth it.